Well, happening today, Governor Ralph Northam will be in Williamsburg to swear in the next president of William & Mary.
Catherine Rowe will become the university's first female president.
That's right. 13 News Now reporter Megan Shen is here now to tell us more about today's historic ceremony. Good morning, Megan.
Good morning, you guys. Well, after 325 years, Rowe breaks the trend of male presidents leading William & Mary. In February, the university's Board of Visitors unanimously voted for Rowe to become the next president. And she's replacing Taylor Reevely, who's retiring after a decade of serving as president. Rowe worked hard for this position, and she comes from a family of entrepreneurs and gardeners. University officials say she's a leader in digital innovation and higher education, and now she's moving up from her role as provost of Smith College.
I'm somebody who's a geek and a competitive athlete, and that is part of the culture here, that excellence in both kinds of competition really matters, and that it's focused on the success of the institution rather than the individual.
And she started her tenure as president yesterday, but today's noon inauguration is a chance for the community to celebrate with her. The ceremony is open to the public, but seating is limited. 13 News Now will be at today's ceremony. Stay with us for full coverage later this afternoon. In the studio, Megan Shin, 13 News Now.